got a pot of jambalaya we're about to kick off today. We starting off with a little bit of bacon. I'm gonna put that in there. I guess about a medium high to high heat. We're gonna let that cook down. That's what we're gonna use. We're gonna use that bacon grease. It's gonna cook up all that that pork and that chicken. That just adds to the flavor, you know. It's gonna make it real good. All right, y'all. We got that bacon going good. Stir it up a little bit. See that stuff is kind of sticking to the bottom right there. That's that good stuff, y'all. We're gonna let that cook down real good. We're gonna make that bacon nice and crispy. Don't throw it away now, because that's gonna be your little snack while you putting this jambalaya together. So we're gonna turn down the heat. I guess to about medium. Now we're gonna come over here while that's cooking, and we got us some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. That's the best. Stays juicy, stays moist. And then you got some pork shoulder steak, which I like because it's real fatty. It's gonna add flavor to your jambalaya. But we're gonna rinse that off. We're gonna cut that up and season it, and then we'll be back. So stay tuned. All right, so we back. As you can see, that bacon is cooked down. It's pretty crisp. That's where we want it. See that oil? That's what we really wanted. We wanted that bacon grease out of there. So, and over here we got the cut up the pork chops, the shoulder blade, seasoned it up. We got chicken over here. It's about 3 pounds a piece, I guess. We ain't using nothing fancy. A little bit of Creole seasoning. You gotta have some Tonys, Satries, and just a little bit of garlic. You know, you ain't gotta get too fancy with it. But yeah. So now we fixing to take out the bacon and set it on the towel. And then we're gonna put that pork shoulder in there, and brown that up real good, and stay tuned. All right, so took a little break. Put the pork shoulder in there. As you can see, I get the bone in. I just like the bone in. I mean, I don't know why it ain't. I just like eating that meat off that bone. But yeah, so we're gonna let that cook for a little bit. And what you want to do is just let it cook and kind of stick to the bottom of the pan. That way, when you go to turn it, you get that. I guess over here in the South they call it gratin, and you know, that's where it's gonna add color and a little bit of flavor to your jambalaya, and that's what you want. You know, so you let it cook. I guess we're on about medium heat. Let it stick, then you turn it. You know, kind of. You don't want to scrape the bottom though. You know, you just kind of peel whatever comes up with it, and that's that. So stay tuned. All right, folks. We back. We got this pork shoulder browning up real nice right now. As you can see, just want to stir it, give it a little stir. You don't want to play with it too much. Let that sit for a little bit. You want to let that brown up real good. But alright, so we're gonna cut up the sausage. Let me grab it real quick. Hey, girlfriend. Alright, so we back. Took a little break. We got this pork shoulder browning up really nice. Boy, that looks good. Smells good too. I wish I could smell that. So we're just gonna give it a little stir. You can see it rolling in there. You can hear it. You can see it. You got it. I guess medium-high heat. You know, you want to let that brown up a little bit. But we're gonna go over here and we can cut up our sausage. So you can use any type of sausage you want. Something that's real famous around here is the Double D. A lot of people use it. But I like this brand right here. Actually, my fiance Kristen, Just turned me on to this not too long ago. Really, really good. It's a smaller sausage. It's kind of smoky though. If you're not real big on smoke, you know, this might be a little too much for you, but I think it just adds to the jambalaya real good. So it kind of brings out the flavor and all. Gives it that little extra kick. So we're gonna open these up, cut them up, and we'll be back. Stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all, we back. I got this pork shoulders cooked down really, really nice. Got a nice little color to it. I wish y'all could smell this, man. This smells amazing. Why don't y'all do me a favor? If y'all watching this on your phone, if you somewhere, you know, and you watching this video, go up to somebody and ask them to smell it. See if they can smell it. I'm just kidding, y'all. But yeah, it smells amazing. Got a nice color on it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the pork out and I'm gonna put it in a container because we gotta put the chicken in next and brown it up. I want to just take a look at this sausage. We got it diced up, nothing fancy, just some little circles, you know. I guess you got about 3/8 to a ½ inch, I guess, cut on it, you know. My hands are clean, y'all. So, but anyways, yeah, back over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoop this out, and I'm gonna leave the bone in, you know, to kind of brown a little more. Get a nice little brown color on that while I put the chicken in there. But stay tuned, y'all. We'll be back. All right, y'all. I just wanted to get a little shot of the chicken. See, we got the chicken in here. Look at that. See that? It's got that nice color on it. Some of that stuff on the bottom come up on it. That's what you want. That's where all the flavor, and it's gonna add some color at the end. That's where all the flavor's at. Woo! And you know, we scooped out the shoulder blade. And you can see it shrunk up a good bit. You know, starts out looks like it's a lot, but it shrinks up a good bit because it has all that fat on it. That's what you want. You want that fat. That's where all the flavors at. You know. But see, I still got some of the pork shoulder in here. So the stuff that has the bone on it. And this chicken, it browns up real good. You just want to keep stirring it. Don't let it stick and get dried out and nothing like that. Just keep an eye on it. And we'll return. Stay tuned, y'all. Alright, y'all. So we back. We got that chicken. You can see it's rolling. See it cooking down in there. You can hear it. These suckers are browning up real nice. It's gonna be a treat later on for whoever gets one of that, you know. But anyway, we're gonna take this chicken out. You don't want to overcook it. Chicken cooks kind of fast, so, you know, you want to hold that moisture. And another reason we cooking everything in one pot, you know, you want to keep all that good stuff on the bottom. You want to mix everything together, you know. So we're gonna scoop it out. We're gonna put it in over here with the pork. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna take that out, and then we're gonna put the sausage over here. We're gonna put that in there. It's gonna go in the same pot. So we'll be back. Stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all. So that was quick. We just scooped the chicken out, and we added the sausage in here. You gotta kind of watch the sausage. It cooks fast. You don't want to cook it too much. You don't want to cook all the flavor out, you know. Shrivel it up, be like a piece of jerky. So you just kind of want to lightly brown that. Just kind of get some of the, warm it up a little bit, get some of that fat out of there. A little bit of smoking. Boy, you can smell that smoke. I wish y'all could smell it. But so we got the chicken and the pork. You know, that's that best part right there. That's the piece I've been talking about all this whole time I've been cooking. I can't wait to dig into that thing. So, but anyways, we're gonna let that cook down for a little bit, and then we'll be back. So stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all. We back. We've been cooking this for a few minutes. Add a nice little brown color to it. You don't want to get it too cooked. You don't want to cook all the flavor out. It smells real good. You know, you want to break down some of that fat that's in the sausage. You know, kind of brings out the flavor a little more. So we're gonna stir this up a few more times. We're gonna take it out, and then we're gonna add two of these. It's nice, you know, you're nice and quick and easy. People down south, they use a lot of this. It's really good Creole seasoning. Idris, I mean, that stuff's amazing. Saves you time from having to cut onions and the bell pepper and a little bit of celery and all that. It's got everything in here, you know. So after we take the sausage out, we're gonna add that to it. And we're gonna brown it down. But anyways, I'll be back. Let me get this out the pot. So stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all. So we back. We added the Creole seasoning. Cut that to about medium heat. Some people like to drain the grease, and after you cook all the meat, I leave it in there. You know, it just adds to it. I mean, that's the best flavor right there. You gotta live a little. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're gonna mix that up a little bit, get it all nice and mixed up. Get some of that stuff from the bottom. So we're just gonna kind of flatten it out. We're gonna let that cook, I guess, for about 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. You can hear it sizzling. We'll let it cook down for a little bit for about 5 minutes. Then we'll give it a little stir, and then we'll put the pot on, add just a little bit of stock, kind of steam it, steam the onions. And yeah, so we're gonna let that cook down for a little bit, and we'll be back. So stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all, we back. These onions been cooking for about 10 minutes. I just took the lid off. What you want to do is, what you're trying to do here is just kind of cook the water out of them. It's real important to cook all, you know, most of the water you can out of it, because when you go to adding your rice and your chicken stock, that's got to be pretty accurate, you know. So if there's a little too much moisture in there, your rice is going to come out a little soggy. So you want to cook out as much as the water as you can, you know, which you're getting pretty close here. Just cooking for a good little bit. Got the pot open, let that steam out, you know. So, but anyways, we're gonna add the meat to it. We're gonna stir it up real good and cook it for a good little bit. Trying to get all that moisture out of there, and we'll be back, so stay tuned, y'all. Alright, y'all, we added the meat to the onions and the bell pepper and, you know, the Creole seasoning. Oops, shot of anyways, yeah, so we're gonna mix that up real good. Focus over here with the camera. Mix that up. We're gonna let that cook down. We're gonna turn the heat up a little bit, you know, get a nice little sizzle on it. And what you're looking for, what I look for anyway, you look down here, you want to try to get all that moisture out of there. You know, there's not a whole lot left in there. I think we pretty much got it all cooked out. There's a good bit of grease in there. That's all the flavor. So hopefully it ain't gonna be too greasy, but we'll see with the finished product. And we're gonna let that cook down a little bit, and stay tuned, y'all. Alright, y'all, we back. Got this all mixed up nice and good. I added, I'm making jambalaya do a 2-to-1 ratio. So, 2 cups of broth to 1 cup of rice. Works real good for this recipe. And what I'm gonna do is I'm adding 5 cups of rice. So that's 10 cups of stock. That's the ratio. So I just put it in. We're gonna stir it up a little bit. And what you want to do here is, I like to get it back to a rolling boil. and before I put the rice in, you know. So we got this heat cranked up. It's on high. We should be rolling here in the next, I guess, about 10 minutes or something like that. So yeah, stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all. We do a steady rolling boil here. We got the 10 cups of stock in there. So now we got some parboiled rice. So we got 5 cups, you know, for the recipe. So we're gonna put that in there. All right. We're gonna mix it up real good. Give it a nice little mixture right here. So, get that rice in there. So, what we're going to do now is bring it back to a rolling boil. And we're going to let that rice thicken up just a little bit before we put the top on and cut the heat off. Well, not off, but down. But we'll come back to that in a little bit, y'all. Alright, y'all. As you can see, we added the rice. We got it back to a rolling boil now, and that's what you want. You want that rice to pop. It's very critical to get that rice popping right. So now what we do, you get it back to this stage, you get it rolling, and you can you'll notice it's a little thicker when you go to stir it up. So this is the part where I cut my heat down to 20%. You know, so I guess I'll put it on. I guess about a 3 on your burner. All right, so the lid goes on. Make sure you have a nice fitting lid. If not, just wrap get some foil around or something to seal it up tight. You don't want no air escaping. So you can go ahead and set your timer for 25 minutes. Alright. So you're gonna let this cook for 25 minutes. Do not take the lid off. And it's very critical. And then over here we got some bacon, so I'm just gonna steal me a little piece. Woo-hoo. All right, y'all, we'll be back. So 25 minutes is up. I just did a little, you don't want to stir it because the bottom probably got a little bit of burnt rice on the bottom. So what you do is you just want to roll it over, which I already did. Roll it over about 4 times from about 4 different spots. And then what you want to do is you want to put the lid back on for about another 15 minutes and cut off the heat. And that, my friend, should do the trick. So I'll post a little video of the finished product a little later on. And I thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.